to watch you work today because you're about a couple hundred hours and a couple months behind.
A couple hundred hours? Shit, I ain't gonna tell you. Oh, that's fun.
We've been at it since stud season. And I got the buddy camera on that point. Well, he's getting his picture taken on the first one, but he's not getting it on the second one, so he's going right down in here somewhere. But I was picking him up on that one from the beginning. Well, the wind swirls. It swirls bad down here.
Swirls?
Yeah.
Got some shade? Now we're talking.
Down you go.
It just feels so amazing to be back at it. You know, this is what we live for. This is what we look forward to all year long, so. We're overlooking the stand and bean field. And, there's been a lot of deer that's been funneling through here in the evenings. Even if we don't shoot one, it just feels so good to be back out here. I love doing this stuff, man. September 10th, we're back in Kentucky. It's first evening back, and we're gonna head back to the blind that I brushed in while we were here last time. It's brushed into the standing corn. Seeing big mature deer over here when it comes to this time of the year. Food plot looks good. Got a nice little cool front to come in yesterday. So should be a pretty good evening. Right. Blood, so yes, gonna give us some time here. We are for crash, but give us some time. Then we'll go to get her back strap so I can hear that grease popping already.
you drill him?
I drilled him, dude. I'm pretty sure I just drilled that 8 point.
Dude, that's
Are
a
you
big
freaking
deer.
kidding me?
You did it, bro.
Dude, damn. Oh my gosh. We done it. Yes, dude. Are you freaking kidding?
Yes, dude.
That's a big 8 point.
Oh,
Dude,
we did it. Hey, we did it.
thank you. God, dude, dude, I was in a hole.
Unbelievable.
Dude, I had a hole about the size of a baseball.
I didn't know if you was gonna get him. BBD, brother.
I hope my wife answers this time.
Hello?
I done it.
You killed a deer?
I killed the big 8 point.
Did you really?
We just heard him crash.
Hold on, I can't. Let me turn this down.
Come on. We done it.
Shut up.
Where'd you go? We done it.
You bastard.
Yes.
I love it.
Alright, so Ollie and I just climbed out of the stand. We'll go over here and see if we can't find my arrow. I don't know if it was a pass through. I think it was. I didn't see the arrow went in him when he was running off, but we did hear him crash over on the other ridge, so we'll see if we can pick up the blood and just kind of take it nice and slow. But Ollie said this deer is big. I just seen that he was mature, and that was the last time I looked at his rack, but I don't know. I can't believe it. Like, Ollie and I talked earlier today, this camera was just on fire this morning from like 9 o'clock till 11. And if it's the big 8 point that I think it is, he was in here like 8 o'clock. And we got him coming over on this ridge behind the food plot. And he worked around. And Ollie and I agreed to kind of grunt at him. And I grunted and snort wheezed at him. And I could see him over there making a big scrape. And then he literally come in on a string and 30-yard shot, so. All right, you ready, buddy?
Yeah. Didn't even have a stand in here. Just hung those today.
That's the right tree.
Yeah.
He's right now.
Wow.
Alright, well here we are. Ollie and I finally found him. And this is the buck that was actually in here this morning at 8 o'clock. He's kind of driving me nuts. I was at work and was getting pictures of him on the cell camera, and I told Ollie, I said, I think that he might be still in there. So we actually done a hanging hunt tonight, and I think it was about 5 o'clock. I took and done a little grunt and a little doe bleat, and maybe 5 or 10 minutes after that, Ollie seen a buck coming chasing a doe. The doe blew and kind of went the other direction, so we kind of thought, you know, what in the world's going on? And I kind of looked over on the other side of the ridge, and I seen this deer walking all by himself. So I took and grunted at him, and didn't know whether he heard it or he, you know, showed any interest in it. And finally caught him over on the ridge that we were on, and watched him through the binoculars. Couldn't really tell what deer it was, so I grunted again and snort wheezed, and it turned him inside out. He made a big scrape over there and literally come on a line right to Ollie and I, and ended up shooting at 30 yards. I about ran out of the shooting hole. I mean, I had to literally squatch down to get the arrow through. 30-yard shot and just absolutely smoked him. But yeah, Jake and I hunted about 3 mornings ago, and actually walked up on this deer in one of the waterways. And that morning he went back over and hit the scrape that he hit this morning. So we kind of knew the deer was hanging out in the area, but we didn't have a stand, so that's the reason we done a hanging hunt. And sure enough, he read the script and it played out in our favor. But I couldn't be more blessed. I'm tagged out. All the tags are filled. So now I gotta run the camera for the other boys.
shot that one.
Well, at least you're honest.
I was hunting in thick timber and pretty slow up until about 10:30, and I heard this guy running in behind me, and he came in so quick. He was basically in my shooting lane by the time I had my bow. When I drew, he turned around and almost walked out of my life. I luckily got him stopped after the second meh, and put it to him. He was quartering away at 20 yards, and I just drove it basically almost to that offside shoulder. But couldn't be more happy with this buck. I've been hunting hard pretty much the whole month of November, and just absolutely thrilled to put my tag on this deer. Got to thank the guys at Trinity, Colton, Jake, everything you've done for me this season. My family, my mom, she's always helping me out with my kids when it comes time to hunt. So I wouldn't be able to do this without a lot of help from a lot of people. So here's the next season.